All right, sweet. How's it going, everyone? So, this will be my second episode of exploring the Marvel Sparkle. And basically, what this is it's a basically an intro to heroes that I have not played yet. I got into Marvel Champions about next this August coming up. We've probably been playing for 2 years now. But when I got into it, I went gun ho and I pretty much bought every hero and expansion. Except I don't have Wrecking Crew yet. That's on the bottom of the barrel after I play with everything. But that being said, I have a lot of like heroes that I haven't had a chance to play. And with Agents of Shield coming up, I'm obviously gonna play that, as soon as it comes out. But I'm trying to get some play time with, some of my heroes that I haven't done. So, um, I've been itching to really get into like the Guardians of the Galaxy. So last week I got into my first one was with Star Lord. And it was just one I've been really wanting to play with because of just the way his mechanics were of dealing yourself a encounter card and reducing the cost of a card for three. I just thought that was such a high risk, high reward type play style that I love to do pretty much with any type of game that I play. Um, so I did that. Tried out, did a couple games with the precon. Then I tried building my own little spin on the deck, which I did all four aspects. So now this week I'm going to do it with Groot. Groot's just another one I've been wanting to play with. Um, he's like my list is I want to do Star Lord, Groot, um, then Rocket, and then Drax, and then Gamora. But I think I'll probably do Gamora for, and I was gonna wait. I'll leave Drax for the last one. So uh, let's get it going. So this is Groot. You can find him in the Galaxy's Most Wanted expansion set. He also comes alongside with Rocket, I believe. I've yet to even play against the villains in there or do the campaign on that. So ideally, what I will do is once I get through all the Guardians characters, then I'm gonna do a Galaxy campaign run. And I've actually also teetering on the idea of trying to attempt to do a two-handed solo campaign run. And I've never done a two-handed solo by myself. So that's idea I kind of had about once I get all the Guardians done that I can choose two Guardians and play two Guardians at the same time with it. But this one is Groot, and this is exactly his precon deck. You'll notice that it's very smooth, the cards, because like I said, I purchased the expansion. I got it for $20 at Barnes and Noble, and how could I say no to that? And that was about a year ago around this time. And he was sleeved immediately, and it's probably still in exactly all the order of the way his cards came in when I opened it out of the pack. So let's break it down with his hero card. So Groot on his alter ego, he's Groot on the alter ego. Okay, good enough. His recovery is a 4. That's not bad. And he has a action that allows him to place 2 growth counters to a maximum of 10, limit once per round. So it looks like right off the get go with Groot. Um, Hopefully this thing's actually gonna focus. Maybe it won't. I'm not allowed to have it to focus, I guess. Oh, there we go. So, yep, growth spurt. He's also an outlaw. So yeah, 2 growth counters on Groot, maximum 10. Limit. So I can only do this ability once per round. So it looks like there's a mechanic with Groot that revolves around these growth counters. Okay, that would make sense because I also purchased these growth tokens from Buy the Same Token because they make really good stuff. Yeah. Okay. So now we'll go over to his hero. So if you didn't know this, his alter ego is Groot, and his hero is Groot. So you can't get confused. He has a 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 defense. I'm digging the defense and the attack. The thwart sucks. So he's not a good thwarter. Um, he is a guardian. So on his alter ego, he's an outlaw, and then when he becomes hero Groot, he is a guardian. So Flora Colossus, force interrupt. When Groot would take any amount of damage, remove that many growth counters from him. For each growth counter removed this way, prevent 1 of that damage. He also has a hand size of 5, and he has 10 hit points. And on his alter ego, he has a hand 6. All right, so now it's starting to come together about these growth tokens that he can actually use these growth tokens or growth token counters to do special things. And it looks like with him, depending on how much damage you take, you can actually prevent the damage. So you don't even necessarily have to use your defense power to block an attack. You just take how many growth counters you have on it. You just take that off and deal the damage. Or if you got hit with say, I don't know, 4 or 5 attack, you defend. You could use the counters to block that. That could be a make or break situation in case if you're low on health points. All right, so now we'll look into his 15 cards. Yeah, this is doing exactly what it wants to do. So let's take a look here. All right, so looks like he's got. All right, so he's got 2 copies of an event card called Fruition. It's 0 cost, so it's completely free. That's nice. It's a superpower. I'm not gonna waste my time trying to do this, but basically, 2 copies of that, 0 cost. This event. It's a superpower traded. It's an action, so it's not an attack or a thwart. Place 2 growth counters on Groot to a maximum of 10. So it looks like he's got some cards in his kit that let him be able to put counters on him. So his alter ego has that sprout, which you can put 2 counters on him once per round. But with Fruition, because it's an action and it doesn't specifically say hero or alter ego, you can play that on either side of his card, hero or alter, and you'll be able to put the 2 growth counters on him. So they're giving you an ability to put counters on him when you're not in your alter ego form. So his next event card he has is a 3 cost. I am Groot. Again, this is superpower traded, and it's a thwart. So 3 costs, remove threat from a scheme equal to the number of growth counters on Groot. Okay. So, with his counters, he can have a max of 10. So, what you're telling me here is that you play this card, like, say if you got a scheme that's just completely out of control, if you got like 10 counters on him, and you could essentially just remove 10 threat off of something, or whatever the amount that is you need, as long as you have the growth counters to do it. But it looks like you have to have. But the thing is, you're going to have to. So this is essentially a 3 cost plus growth counters. So if you don't have the growth counters, this card is useless. So essentially, it's not even worth playing unless you have at least like a good chunk of counters on them, because then you might be essentially paying a 3 cost for like two thwart or something like that, depending on like what you were looking for as far as removing threat. His next event card we got here for him, got its superpower traded. This one's actually is an attack. It's called I Am Groot. This one is you can tell a serious card because it's in all caps with an exclamation point, so you know it's serious. It's superpower traded. I wonder if Death Focus would be a good card for Groot, seeing as how he's got a lot of superpower cards. Same deal like the Thwart one. Deal damage to an enemy equal to the number of growth counters on Groot. So these 4 cards right here, essentially, you want to have those growth counters on them. So already, the way that I'm basically figuring him out right now is you want to probably when you start your game out, because you start an alter ego, throw your 2 on there, and then you want to get your fruition cards and keep adding those counters on it, so then you can do some. Essentially, you can do like what 10 damage to somebody with a 3 cost. That's good. And if you have any, if you have any resource generators to make this card a little more cheaper, you're essentially going to be throwing some big damage for less cost. All right, so now we have. Yeah, it's got a lot of events in this kit. So we have 3 copies. We have 3 copies of a card called Root Stop. Maybe a camera will focus. Probably not. But it's okay, I can read it. It's 2 costs, attack, superpower. It's a hero action. So this can only be played in hero form. Um, attack, superpower. Probably said that already. I'm going to clarify that it's attack, superpower. So deal 5 damage to an enemy for 2 costs. Okay. And if this attack defeats an enemy, place 1 growth counter on Groot. Okay. So 3 copies of that. Plus you got so basically we have 5 cards right now where he can generate growth counters. You got 2 cards right here that cost nothing that he can do it no matter what form he's in. And then this one right here in hero action for 2 cost. You can smack 5 damage on something. And as long as it defeats an enemy, you get another counter. So taking out a minion, or if you take down a stage on a villain, that also counts. So this is good for minions if you're trying to generate the growth counters. But either way, you can still do 5 damage to somebody for 2 cost. You can't hate it. What else we got in here? Whoa. All right, so we have another event card in here called We Are Groot. Bet you it's superpower. Yeah, it is. So 1 cost. It's a hero action. We can remove up to 4 growth counters from Groot, and then choose that many friendly characters and give Each of those characters a tough status card. Okay. So this would actually be pretty solid for like say when you're playing multiplayer, and you could, or you even if you're playing solo, you could give this to you can remove whatever many growth counters you need to put on friendly characters. So your allies, um, and essentially, I imagine you could put it on yourself too, because you're technically because the heroes still technical characters are you know could be the heroes, allies, and it's all friendly. So I would imagine I would be friendly if I was playing. I'll have to check up on that, but I'm pretty sure that would work. All right, so now we're getting into a support card. Let's see if it works. No. Oh, it did. Oh, now it's gone. So it's called Fertile Ground. It's one cost. Exhaust Fertile Ground. Place one growth counter on Groot. Maximum of 10. Draw a card. Good for our only alter ego. So get this card out when you flip down. You can essentially put three growth counters on yourself, and then this one will make you draw a card as long as you're not at the maximum 10 cap on it. We have an upgrade card, Superpower. One cost. Hero Interrupt. When Groot makes a basic thwart, remove one growth counter from him and exhaust Entangling Vines. Groot gets +2 thwart for that thwart. Okay, so Hero Interrupt. This is so basically when he makes the basic thwart. So that would mean in the process of my turn, I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm going to thwart for one. I can hero interrupt it, pay the one. I can hero interrupt, and then remove one growth counter from him, and then exhaust the entangling vines, and then Groot would be thwarting for 3. But that's also at the cost of one of my counters. We have another upgrade called Lashing Vines. Yeah, this thing is hit or miss today. It's one cost, superpower. After Groot uses a basic power, so that means after I either thwart, attack, or if I use my defense, I can remove 2 counters and I can ready Groot after I exhaust this card. So that's neat. So you're paying an extra growth. You're paying two for two, basically the cost of 2 growth counters. I can give Groot a ready. So that'd be kind of perfect, especially if I'm defending, because I got a 3 defense. I could defend and then ready myself up. We also have the another one cost upgrade called Vine Shield. Just doesn't want to work. So as a hero, again, it's a hero interrupt. When Groot defends against an attack, remove one growth counter from him and exhaust Vine Shield. Groot gets +3 defense. So you could combo this pretty nicely with that Lashing Vines. So so Vine Shield is an interrupt. So this only can take place when he defends against an attack. So I get attacked, I defend. Now I can interrupt, remove the growth counter, exhaust this. I get +3 defense. And then after and then I can do a hero response after I use the basic power, which I did. I can remove two more, exhaust this, ready them back up. So with having these two out in play, cost of 3 growth counters, I could basically have a 6 defense and ready myself back up. I think it looks like he'd be pretty strong in protection, which would be nice because I do love playing protection decks. Yeah, we already looked at that one. And then the last one is Vine Spikes. It's a 1 cost upgrade. I thought my camera was going to focus on that moment, but it didn't. So superpower again, hero interrupt. After Groot makes a basic attack, remove 1 growth counter from him, then exhaust Vine Spikes. Groot gets +2 attack. Same deal. You also could do this if you got the counters to spend. It looks like. Where is it? So maybe this is where we're in the final phase of where I'm about to finish the boss off, and maybe I got. So if say I have all 10 counters, I could pay the cost, play I am Groot, and do. We'll say we want to at least have 3 counters on him. So maybe if I got all 10, I pay the 2 costs here. They boom do 7 damage. Then I do a basic attack for 2. Then I can hero interrupt it, remove a counter, get a +2, and then I can go ahead and take the last 2 counters off, exhaust that, ready them back up. That's what's that? What was that? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then he gets ready up. So that's like 14 damage right there. That could kill a villain. Some villains can die at 14 health. I'm already thinking of possibilities. So those are his hero cards. He is solely operating on his growth tokens or counters. Those are important. All right. Let's take a look at the old obligation. All right, so his obligation is called Wilt. Oh, now it's working. Give to the Groot player. You may flip to alter ego. Choose. Exhaust your alter ego, remove Wilt from the game, or remove 3 growth counters from Groot. If no growth counters were removed this way, this card gains surge. Discard this obligation. That's not too bad. Doesn't seem too damaging. The only thing that would suck would be the losing your counters, because we need those to do stuff. Let's take a look at his little nemesis. So we got ourselves a side scheme. Blazing Inferno. Threats 3 per player. Force response. After the villain phase, deal 2 indirect damage to each player. That's terrible. All right. I don't like that. I don't like indirect damage. Is it going there, Ray? Just got through his kit. It's all about these. He wants those. That's how he operates. His minion is Fernax. The focus. Oh, it's working. Ray, you fixed my focus. Thank you. It's been hit or miss every time I do it. 2 scheme, 2 attack, 6 health, 3 boost icons. That's pretty rude. Force response after Fernax activate. I hate indirect damage. I hate it. 6 health. You can punch that. And he's got 3 copies of a treachery card called Fan the Flames. Again, it's doing indirect damage. Why do we want to do that? When reveal, take 2 indirect damage. If Blazing Inferno is in play, take 1 additional indirect damage. If Fernax is in play, take one additional indirect damage. Okay. Well, I'm glad we looked at that. Yeah, after just going through his kit, I've always, I'm a protection guy myself, so I was already thinking the possibilities with him in protection, especially with especially with the where is it? Depend. I mean, obviously you want to pump on your counters, but what essentially for in a situation where if you're gonna need 3 counters and you get attacked, you can defend, then hero interrupt, remove a counter, then your defense is 6, remove 2 because you just used the basic power, and then you can ready up. Ready ups are great. That's like my probably my favorite ability in a game. Sorry. So his precon deck came with protection. Go figure. So they gave us Guardian Ally, Starhawk. I've used him before. I just didn't know he came with his precon. So he's 2 cost, 1 thwart, 2 attack. When he does an attack, he takes 2 consequential damage, 3 health. He's an aerial and a guardian. He has an interrupt. When Starhawk takes damage exactly equal to his remaining hit points, you can return him back to his hand. So essentially, the way you want to play it, you would decide, okay, put him on the field. I'll attack, take 2 damage. Then when it's your turn again, you would thwart 1. Or if you have a minion that attacks you and it's got exactly 1 attack, and you do that, that's exactly the hit points, comes back to your hand. It's pretty nice. It's nice to also pair with Nowhere because you're always going to get the. Oh yeah, I know. There's the he's got the fruition cards. Then he's got that one support card. Yeah. Well, if you have, I did the math. Like you get those upgrades on the one that readies you and the one that increases your attack. If you're at a full 10 on your counters, play I am Groot, 7 damage, then do a basic attack, then tap the 1 card to give him an additional 2, so that's 4 damage. Then ready him back up, and then hit him again for another 2. I abused it with my protection deck with Star Lord and Nowhere. We're getting 2 copies of Power Protection. Looks like we get 2 copies of Immotable. Basically, it's a 1 cost upgrade. Response after your hero defends. You can discard this card and ready your hero. So if I don't want to spend the counters on Groot, I could just use that as an option. 3 copies of Dauntless. Dauntless is max 1 per player, 1 cost upgrade. While your hero's remaining hit points are equal or greater than your hero's starting health, you have Retaliate 1. So with his counters, remember, you can also protect yourself with damage. So I probably want to put some endurance on him. Maybe a symbiote suit. Desperate Defense. This is a great card. It's 1 cost. Hero Interrupt. When your hero defends against an attack, get +2 on your defense. And then if you didn't take any damage, you can ready up. And then we get Fighting Fit. 2 cost. This camera, I just want to punch this camera, but I want to buy another one right now. Deal 2 damage to the villain, 5 damage if your hero's remaining hit points are equal to or greater than your hero's starting point. We get 3 copies of Hard to Ignore. Basically, 1 cost upgrade. Hero response after you defend against an attack and you take no damage. We can exhaust Hard to Ignore and remove 3 threat or remove a threat. There is no limit to this, so we could actually have all 3 copies of this on the table. And if we do a successful defense, we just tap all 3. I know about this card. I wasn't aware that it was part of his precon. I love this card. I use it in a lot of my perfect defense decks. Oh, we ruined the surprise. Well, we do get the one of our basic allies is Rocket Raccoon. I love Rocket. He's 2 thwart, 1 attack, 3 health, Guardian. I can only play him if I'm Guardian, and I am Guardian on. Did you know that Groot is also Groot on his alter ego? More right of the camera. Oh shit! You fucking genius. It's okay. I'm over 18. I can swear, and it's 12 a.m. in my time. 2 thwart, 1 attack. Wow, thanks. Wow, you're teaching me. All right, I love it. You made me so happy. I've been so miserable. So Rocket's cool because he gets to interrupt when he attacks a minion. He gets +3 plus overkill, and yeah, who doesn't want that? With that, there's a team up card. Oh yeah, dude! Oh my god, this is great. This is how it works. So Flora and Fauna team up Groot and Rocket Raccoon. So if I have Rocket on the field and I play this, place 2 growth counters on Groot to a maximum of 10, and then ready him, or place 2 charge counters on Rocket Raccoon on a Rocket Raccoon upgrade and play that upgrade. Oh, I take it this would be if I was playing Rocket Raccoon. So since I'm playing, how do I make this? How do I fix it this way? I actually have to have this little. I have to have like my mini menu up and just click it to fix it automatically. I still haven't figured that one out yet. All right, that's cool. And then we get 3. Oh wow, what did I say? Def Focus? Yeah, Def Focus. This is perfect because all of his cards are superpowers. Hey, this one says basic, but the new reprints on Age of Apocalypse say protection, and that makes me happy. Yeah. All right, and then we get 3 copies of our resources, and that's the precon deck. It's exciting. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the cards in there, I kind of wanted to already just like take them out, especially like the max 1 per player ones, and put something else in there. But I'm gonna play the precon deck as is. Yeah, I need a villain. Who should I test this precon on? I'll let you, Ray. I'm gonna let you pick since you're the only one that showed up. When I did Star Lord, I think I did like Rhino, but I want to do something. I need something different. This is my second episode of my series called Exploring the Marble Sparkle. I thought it was cute. Okay, Lottie, I totally ripped it from Deadpool. Kang. I've never played Kang. Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. Precon deck against Kang. I'm in. Ugh. My one box out of three. I actually tried out a couple weeks ago. I tried out Mojo for the first time. I actually enjoyed it. I plan on playing that one again. I didn't win. You don't really win at Marvel Champions. You just try to do a little better each time. There it is. So there's like two different versions, though, right? Is he? Is this like a? Oh, he's just a huge. Is he? Is this just a huge encounter set? Okay, so those are his expert cards, which I'm not doing. Okay, this is my first time. I'm not gonna play expert. What we got here? So let's go to 1A and check it out real quick. Since I know how to do this now. All right, Kang's arrival. Set each Kang 2/3 in Kang's Dominion side scheme. Remove contents 1, 2, and 3 in standard cards. Oh, I'm using all three for this, and then one modular set temporal. Okay, I found that. All right, so here's temporal. Do I need the Arachifus? Or is that just is Arachifus not part of it, or is it just temporal? I just need temporal because there's Master of Time. We'll go standard 3, I think. All right. All right. So here's 1A, 2A, 3A. God, these feel so good because I haven't played with them yet. I love the fresh feeling of fresh sleeves. All right. So we got one, two. He's got like two different. He's got like. Do I take King the Immortus, Iron Lad, or are these all considered two? All four are considered two. Are all considered one then? Just say the thing you said. Remove two. Set King 2, King 3, and King's Dominion side scheme aside. Got it. So these are going aside. That's not. Now I gotta look for his side scheme. All right, there it is. Okay, those cards are getting removed. It's exciting. All right, let's put these over here. All right, and then we're gonna go standard 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Temporal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. King 1. All right, and then shuffle the encounter deck. That's my obligation. So this deck is huge. All right. Counter deck is shuffled, and I added my obligation in there. And then flip this over. When revealed, deal each player an encounter card. If this stage is completed, the player loses the game. Wait, what? So I lose the game on stage 1? I'm not catching that. How does that? So how does this? So how are there's? Oh, it's a. It flips over when I beat his stage card. Is that what happens? Oh, okay. Got it. Oh, he comes in with toughness. Force interrupt when Kang attacks you. Place 1 threat on the main scheme. He gets +2 attack for this attack. When defeated, advance the main stage 2. Interesting. Okay. So 7th threshold. That's my encounter card. I'm gonna shuffle the deck. My precon. Oh. Yeah. All right. Precon deck. Groot going against King. think we're gonna need some tokens. Kang has toughness. That doesn't start with any threat. Definitely need my pursuit. Grab a couple readies just to have them. I got my Groot tokens. Finally get to try these out. And oh yeah, health. I have 10. And where's my ready up token? It's underneath, of course it is. I'm always digging. How much do you get, big boy? 12. All right. 12. And where is my... Cool. Put these over here. Nemesis stuff aside. Don't forget to take your obligation card away. My obligation card's already in the counter deck. Am I not supposed to have that in there? Oh. Interesting. So I don't. All right. Obligations put aside. Good call. I thought that I didn't see catch that. All right. Dealing myself the encounter card. So all that's set up. Put these aside. Okay, and I'll draw hand size of 6. 6. And away we go. All right, so we got ourselves an energy, a depth focus, tuition, fighting fit, dauntless, hard to ignore. Um, that's fine. We could start off strong and hit him for 5. Well, he's got toughness, so not really. But getting the depth focus are probably good because I know he's packed with superpower cards, so that could be good. I definitely want to keep this. Actually, I could probably just keep this whole hand, to be honest. This will pay for that. I probably take the hard to ignore first. Or no, I actually probably use the Dauntless to pay for the depth focus. Hydrate. uh, let's mulligan 1. Ooh, I should have mulligan 2. Now I'm thinking I want the ally. Okay. So first things first. Let's do our action, and we're going to place 2 growth counters on Groot, and then we're going to flip to hero, where we turn from Groot to Groot. I'm going to go ahead and play Fruition, and that will give me an additional 2 growth counters. Let's play 2 to get Starhawk on the table. And then we will... I have 2 more copies of this in the deck. I say we start swinging. I'll play 2 resources and I'll play Fighting Fit. Actually, no, before I do that, I will attack Kang to take off his toughness. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, yeah. We'll take off his toughness. Then we'll play the 2 resources. We'll play Fighting Fit. Deal 2 damage to a villain. 5 damage instead of the hero's remaining hit points are equal to or greater than your hero's starting points. And we are at full health right now. So we'll take 5 off of him. And we'll drop him down to 7. And then we'll go ahead and have Starhawk go ahead and hit him for 2. And he'll take 2 damage. So he's at 5. And that's all the plays I got right now. I was thinking about it, but kind of wanted to get that ally out. I don't know. So we'll stand up and drop to a hand size of 5. Root Stomp, double. Genius. I swear I shuffled these cards. Flora and Fauna, and another Fighting Fit. Alright. Villain's turn. We'll get 1 threat on the main. Kang is going to attack us. He's attacking for... So Force Interrupt. When Kang attacks you, place either 1 threat on the main scheme or he gets 2+2. I'll let him get 1 more. It's fine. And then he's going to attack me for 2 and a boost. We'll go ahead and defend that. So that'll be 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have a defense of 3. I can use my Force Interrupt. When Groot would take any amount of damage, remove that many growth counters from him for each growth counter removed. Prevent 1 damage. So 5 to my 3. I'll remove 2 growth counters, and he'll do no damage to me. And then we'll get a counter card dealt to us, and we'll reveal the first one. So it looks like we get a Macrobot. This has Guard and Retaliate. That's annoying. And our second encounter card is Temporal Shield, attached to Kang. When Kang is attacked, discard Temporal Shield, prevent all damage from the attack, and then deal 1 damage to the attacker. Oof. We're going hard like that. All right. All right. So now it's player turn. The Macrobot has Guard and 4 health. Starhawk is going to thwart 1 and then get returned back to my hand. We will play a Genius and do a Root Stomp. It's a hero action. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. If this attack defeats that enemy, place 1 growth counter on Groot. So that'll defeat him. And we get a counter back. Then Let's do strength, and we'll put Starhawk back in. When Kang is attacked, discard the support shield and prevent all damage, and then the attack deals 1 damage to the attacker. Alright, so actually that works out, I guess. It's only deal 1 damage. Oh, that's perfect. So I'll go in, attack with 2. He takes that prevents the damage. So that goes away. And then that deals 1 damage to Starhawk. And then consequential damage kicks in. I take 2 exactly, so that's my hit points that I get returned back to my hand. And then I'll use Fighting Fit and Flora and Fauna. And then I'll put Starhawk back on the field. And then we'll attack him for 2. And we'll drop him down to 3. And that worked out pretty nicely. 1 consequential damage goes. Or no, I could take 2. Yeah. So I guess we'll call that a turn. And then drop to a hand size of 5. Dauntless. What's this? Entangling Vines. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. One threat on the main. Kang is going to attack. We'll defend it. Attacking for 2. Plus 2. That's a boost. So that's 4 damage. We'll use Force Interrupt for Flora Colossus. We'll remove 1 counter. And we're still at our full health. And then we'll get dealt our encounter card. Oh, I forgot to do his Force Interrupt. I'll put the threat on. Then I get my encounter card. Dark Designs, place 1 pursuit counter on pursuit by the past. Then if it has any counters on it, the villain will scheme. Watch this like screw me over. Scheming for 1, plus 3. And it goes to 6. Alright, now I gotta figure out how to thwart that down. Alright, player's turn. Let's use Dauntless. We gotta thwart that down. Or we just take him to stage 2. I got 2 on here. Not enough. Let's do this. Let's use Starhawk. Let him thwart 1. That'll defeat him. Put him back into my hand. We'll use Dauntless and Groot to put him back in. We'll have him attack, do two consequential, and then we'll do 2 resources. Play I am Groot, deal damage to the enemy equal to the number of growth counters on you. I have 2, so that'll defeat his first stage. I feel like that's what I had to do because I felt like I was going to lose out to threat on that. All right, so first stage has been defeated. When defeated, advance to the main scheme stage 2 at the end of the phase. So what? Like, am I like? Is this basically the end of the phase? Basically. Well, I mean, all right. Well, he's defeated. So then I would ready up, and then draw out to my hand size of 5. Two, three, four, 5. All right, now we're advancing to stage 2. All right, so we are now on Master of Time. It's not working. Oh, probably this. There we go. So when revealed, place 1 acceleration token here for each side scheme in play, which there are none. Then discard each. Wait, so place 1 acceleration token here for each side scheme in play. All right, so there are none. Then discard each side scheme. Each play reveals a random stage 3A in order. Then remove any unused stage 3 schemes from the game. So I have to put acceleration token. And then for each side scheme in play. Oh, there are no side schemes in play, so I don't have to put acceleration token there. Then discard each side scheme. Okay, we don't have to do that. Each player reveals a random stage 3A in turn order. Okay, so it has to be random. Okay. All right, so where are my dice? All right, I'm just not gonna look. I'm look at the camera. I'm gonna choose this one. What are we doing? Inexorable fate. Create your own game area and place this scheme in it. Add King Iron Lad to the game area and deal yourself an encounter card. All right, don't I already technically have my own game area? All right, so I take it these are not being used. So we have this. So do I not flip this over to 2B? So I need iron lead. So retaliate 1. So retaliate 1, toughness. Remove inexorable fate from the game at the end of the phase. Join another game area. So I take it this is gone. This threat's gone. This starts with 1 threat. Force response. After the stage is completed, place 1 set aside King's Dominion face down under. So I get dealt an encounter card. All right. So I'm fighting him. After this stage is completed, place 1 set aside King's Dominion face down under stage 4A. Okay, so this just goes here, and then I'm doing this instead. Okay, I think I have it set up. All right. Just double check real quick. Create your own game area. Um, sure. Okay. All right, that's set up, I guess. All right, so villain's turn. This starts with 1, so 1 threat goes on here. Villain's going to attack. Um, let's just take it, I guess. How much health does this guy get? He gets 18. Just keep it up here. So we'll just take stacking for 2. Defend. So it's gonna be 2, and then you are stunned. So it took no damage on that. And get dealt another encounter card. Weekend. First force response after. It's an obligation. Okay, so after you use a basic hero power, take 1 damage. Alter ego action, discard a physical resource from your hand, discard this obligation. Alright, not a problem. I was planning on flipping down anyways. Side scheme. Pin down. When revealed, place 2 threat here for each obligation in play. So this gets 4 on it. Alright. And it's my turn. Alright, so we'll use Fighting Fit. We'll put down Death Focus. We'll put one resource. We'll put in our Fertile Ground. We'll flip down. We'll use our action to put 2 growth counters on. And then we'll exhaust Fertile Ground to place 1 growth counter on Groot, which will bump me up to 5. And I can draw a card. And we will thwart 1 off of here. That'll defeat Starhawk, put him back into my hand. Crap. Just gonna toss him to get rid of this. And then I'm gonna toss these 2. And yeah, that's a turn. So we're ready up. And draw a hand size of 6. 5, 6. So 1 threat's on the main. And then Iron Lad is going to scheme for 1, 2. So that's at 5. All right. Then we get on a counter card. Evil Alliance. Each Nemesis minion play activates against you. If no minions activate here this way, place 3 pursuit counters. Pursued by the past. Not sure where I put that other one. No, doesn't really matter because it's going to be. There's already 1 on here, so 3 goes on there, so that activates. This over. Yeah. So we have to find our Nemesis minion and our side scheme and put it in play. So put that over and remove those counters. So we get Phonix or Fernex. 6 health, 2 attack, 2 scheme. Force response after they activate, deal 2 indirect damage to each player. And then we get a side scheme. After villain phase begins, deal 2 indirect damage to each player. It comes in with 3 threat. And then we'll shuffle these into the encounter deck. Luckily, that was during the encounter phase, so I don't have to worry about that. So I have time to get rid of that side scheme. But I think I got rid of all my thwart cards, so kind of put myself in a position. All right, it's my turn. So let's do fertile ground. Exhaust that. Place 1 growth, so I can draw a card. Ah, nice. This will help. Then we'll play our ability to give us 2 threats, or not 2 growth spurts. So that puts me at 7, and then 8, and then we'll play free tuition. And it'll give me another 2, and that'll put me up to 10. And I'm at the max. We're gonna flip. Let's do 2, 3 resources and put rocket into play. Let's do rocket exhaust 2 off of this to take it down to 1. Then we'll have Groot thwart 1 off of that to get rid of it. Groot takes this one. And I'm going to hold on to this card. Scrap that. Ready up. 2, 3, 4, 5. One threat on the main. It's at 6. Iron Lad's attacking for 2. We will take it. So it'll be 2, 3, 4. 4 damage. And then I will chip away 4 counters, dropping me down to 6, so I'll take no damage. And then Fernax will activate, and the force response is after they activate, deal 2 indirect damage to each player. So Fernax attacks for 2. We will take it, I guess. So that's going to be dropping me down to 4. And then he activated, so dealing 2 indirect damage to me. I'll take another 2. And then we'll get an encounter card, and we get Deep Powered. Obligation, you cannot play hero-specific cards. That's horrible. I have to discard a hero-specific card from my hand to discard this obligation. Let's take 2 off. Take 1 off. Let's do... Put in... Oh, no, can't play it. Can't flip down yet. Throw that away too. And we'll drop to a hand size of 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. Alright, so 1 threat on the main. Iron Lad's attacking for 2. And I'm going to defend. I will play Power of Protection to play Desperate Defense to increase my defense by 2, so that'll be a 5 defense. And he's attacking me for 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a tie. If I take no damage, I can ready back up, and I can activate Hard to Ignore to remove 1 threat off the main. And then Fernax is going to attack for 2. I will defend that also. After I defend, I can. So I take no damage for that, and I can discard Indomitable to ready myself back up. Force response. After Fernax activates, he deals 2 indirect damage to each player, and I'll assign the direct damage to me and remove each one of my counters to prevent damage. Then we get an encounter card. Time Travel Tactics has Surge, Sinister Strike, place 1 pursuit counter. And then if there's any counters on it, the villain attacks me. So he's attacking me again for 2. And then Nowhere is Safe. After this activation resolves, place 1 pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past. So I'm going to take damage. Will drop me down to 8. And then we just put another pursuit counter on. And then we finish off the time travel tactics. When revealed, each player takes 1 indirect damage for each obligation in the play area. There's 1. So I take another damage. Down to 7. Okay. This is a fight. It is now player turn. I'm still unable to play my hero cards, so I'm just going to use this as a resource to put another Inaudible in play. Crap. I mean, what's better? We'll have Rocket attack. Fernax. He gets +3 because he's a minion. So it's going to be 4 damage he's going to take. And then he gets consequential. So Rocket is defeated. And we will have Groot. I'm going to exhaust to get rid of my attack. Or my stun. And then we'll hold on to that. Right back up. And we'll drop to a hand size of 5, so keeping that. And then 2. Get an encounter card for decking out. Three, 4, 5. Cool. All right. So threat on the main, 2, 4, 6. That's 7. It's going to attack. I'm going to defend, and I'm also going to play 1 resource to play Desperate Defense. So now my defense is now a 5. So that'll be 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I took no damage, so I get to use Hard to Ignore to remove 1 threat. And I can ready back up. And then Fernax is going to attack me for 2. I'm going to go ahead and defend that also. And then I'm going to not take any damage for that. And then I'm going to discard Indomitable to ready my hero back up. And then because he activated, deal 2 indirect damage to each player, I will lose 2 on that. Cool. So now I get an encounter card dealt to me. First one is Energy Blast. Kang attacks you, attacking for defend, so it's be 2, 3, 4. So I only take 1 damage. That will drop me down to 4. And then our next encounter card is Time Travel Hijinks. When revealed, discard the highest cost card you control, and then place it face down underneath this card. Alter Ego action, discard an energy resource from your hand, and then discard this obligation, and then discard each face down card under this obligation. So it's a tie, so I guess I get to choose. This will be my death focus. So now we got 2 obligations on here. All right. Back on me. And I literally can't do anything. Um I gotta flip down or I'm going to eventually die. So I'm going to lose on that scheme. Um yeah. Flipping down. I'm going to discard a hero card to get rid of this obligation. And then I'm going to discard a energy card to get rid of this obligation. I'm going to actually yeah, go figure. I'm going to play Fertile Ground to place 1 growth counter here. And then I can draw a card into a Dauntless. We'll use the Dauntless and we'll put in one of our upgrades, Vine Shield. And then I'll use action here to give myself 2 more growth counters. So it puts it at 3. And then we're going to ready up. And we'll draw a hand size of 6. And it's on villain's turn. 7. Scheming for 1. You are stunned again. So this is at 8. Fernax will scheme for 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this is defeated. After the stage is completed, place 1 set aside King's Dominion face down under stage 4A. And at the end of the phase, remove King Iron Lad and the stage from game and combine your game area with another area. So I need King's Dominion. So King's Dominion. So it goes underneath 4A. And this is 4A. Okay, so he activated. So I take 2 indirect damage. And then I get an encounter card. And it's attached to your identity. When attached character would ready, discard this card instead. Okay. So that was my counter card. The phase is now done. So then all right, so there's no more games active. So when all players have joined the game area, advance to 4A. Okay. So combine your game area with another game area. Okay, so at the end of phase, remove King Iron Lad and this stage from the game. Okay, so we're removing this from the game. And then since there's no more games going on, this advances to 4A. So Kang's Wrath, when revealed, reveal Kang 3. So we're revealing Kang the Conqueror. And he's got 2/2, 20 health, toughness, and force interrupt when Kang attacks you. Either place 1 threat on the main scheme or he gets +2 for the attack. And then when defeated, the players win the game. Alright, so he doesn't have retaliate anymore. And he has 20 health. Yep. And then reveal each face down king's dominion under his stage. Kang cannot take damage. When defeated, deal the player who defeated this card an encounter card. And that comes in with 3 threat. Cool. At least I'm not getting an encounter card right now. And then we flip this over. King's Wrath. 10 threat. When revealed, each player searches the encounter deck or discard pile and set aside area for their nemesis minion and puts it in play engaged with them. Shuffle the encounter deck. Well, the joke's on you because my nemesis minion is already in play. So, haha to you. How that worked out for me. Okay. Oh, that was an annoying turn. Cool. Now it's my turn. Um, so kind of in trouble here. Can't even. I'm screwed actually, because I can't. I'm gonna play this. Give me 5. Guess I'll recover some health. So that will put me at 8. Oh, no, 6. Yeah, I can't count. So we get 6 health back. I'm not going to be able to ready up. Um, I guess we'll just put another hard to ignore down. And we'll waste our double and put a depth focus down. Let's hold on to Flora, because maybe I'll get Groot or Rocket. And I'm gonna. Oh, also I can add 1 to draw a card. All right. Yeah, now I'm ready. So this obligation hits me now. So when an attached character would ready discard instead. So I don't get the ready up. And I can ready this up. And I can draw up to my hand size of 6. Oh, there's Rocket. Called it. E4, 5, 6. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Villain's turn. So 1 threat on the main. He's going to scheme for 2. After this activation resolves, place 1 pursuit counter on pursuit by the past. So he's scheming for 2. This goes to 3. Where did I put that token? Did I just throw it somewhere? I guess I'll just use my all-purpose one. So that goes to 3. And then Fernax is going to throw for 2. That's 1, 2. And then I get hit for indirect damage, so that drops me down to 4. And again, a counter card. So fan the flames, take 2 indirect damage. If Blazing Inferno is in play, take 1 additional indirect damage. If Fernax is in play, take 1 indirect. So I take 3. Not helping. Cool, I'm at 1 health. How about that? Oh, okay. All right, now it's my turn. Let's do Fertile Ground. Put a growth counter on us. Draw a card. Okay. Let's use our ability to put us to 8. Or no, 7. No, put me to 9. And then we'll use I guess we'll just use fruition and put us to 10. And if we don't, flip down or flip up. Is that 4 or 5? Yeah, I don't think. Oh, I'm gonna take the risk. Flipping a Groot with 1 health, but I have 10 counters. I'm gonna play Power Protection and 2 Dauntless. That's unfortunate. Actually, we'll play 1 Dauntless. We'll put in a third R to ignore. So we have 3 copies on the table right now. So we got 3 copies of Hard to Ignore. Then we play 3 resources. We put in Rocket. And then we have Rocket attack Furnex. And he gets +4 or +3, so it's 4 attack, and he'll take out Furnex. Now the overkill's not gonna. He can't take damage, so that does completely nothing. But at least we got that. We got him out of the way. All right. Well, let's see if we survive this next round. We'll ready up, and then I'll draw a hand size of 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So 1 threat on the main. We're at 6. Kang is going to attack for 2. The boost. I will defend. And I will use my Vine Shield to remove 1 counter, which will take me to 9. And this will increase my defense by an additional 3. So my defense is a 6 right now. And he only attacked me for 2, plus boost is 3. So we took no damage on that. Now I can trigger, since I took no damage on the defense, I can trigger all 3 of my hard to ignores. And that will take the main scheme down to 3. And we'll get on a counter card. And Rampage. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded, then put that minion into play engaged with the player who defeated this scheme. So this is a when defeated scenario. But it also gets an acceleration. So actually not too worried about that since I got 3 hard to ignores on the table right now and I can just keep defending right now. That comes in with 4. So this also has a when defeated on it. All right, player turn. Oh yeah, this should have been ready back up. And I am exhausted, so I cannot. I'm gonna do the. We'll have Groot take 2 off of here. And then we'll do 2 resources here. Put in Starhawk. Let's have Starhawk. Take 1 off of here. Groot's at 2. I'm at 1. This is when defeated. So King's Dominion. King cannot take damage. When defeated, deal the player who defeated this scheme an encounter card. I'm going to hold on to those 2. I'm going to flip down. And then I'm going to use Fertile Ground to put myself back up to 10 counters. And I can draw a card into a Fighting Fit. Hold on to those, and then we'll ready up. But the important thing is that the minion's gone now, so Kang can actually take damage. And I got 2 I Am Groots, and I have a Fighting Fit. So we're gonna draw 4, 5, 6. Hopefully I don't get any indirect damage, because then I lose. Oh, but I flip back down here. Okay. Yeah. 1 threat in the main. Villain schemes for 2. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 2 acceleration. And then he schemes for 2 with a boost. Give Kang a tough, which he already has. A tough. So nothing bad happened there. So this only goes up by 2. So let's say that's 6, 7. And then we got 2 encounter cards to deal with. First one is Macrobots has guard and retaliate. Of course it does. And then depowered. You cannot play hero specific cards. Alter ego action, discard a hero specific card from your hand, discard this obligation. Well, conveniently I am in alter ego. How about that? Alright. So that is end of villain's turn. So I am going to discard this hero card to get rid of this obligation. And then I'm going to flip into hero. I'm going to exhaust my attack to get rid of my stun. I'm going to have Rocket attack. I'm going to have Rocket attack the Macrobots. He gets +3 for attacking a minion. That's 4. So that'll destroy him, which he'll be defeated by consequential. And then we're going to go ahead and have Starhawk attack King with 2, which will ping off his tough. And then that will defeat Starhawk and put him back into my hand. And then we will make sure he doesn't have retaliate, right? Oh, I forgot his force interrupt. So last time when he attacked me, he either placed 1 threat on the main or he got 2+. I'll just put the 2 on there. So the threat's at 8. Yeah, I think we're about to win. Alright, so Starhawk comes back in my hand. So then we'll go ahead and use Def Focus to use a Root Stomp as a resource to play I Am Groot. Deal damage to the enemy equal to the number of growth counters on Groot. I have 10, so that's 10 damage there. And then we'll do Starhawk as a resource, and then Fighting Fit as a resource. Or no, yeah. And then we'll play our second I Am Groot. Deal damage to the enemy equal to your number of growth counters on Groot that have 10 on there. So, and Kang has been defeated by Groot because I am Groot. There's probably a couple times I did miss that force response, but I caught it towards the end, so I put the threat on there. So the throw was at 8 or 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, it was at 8. But that was fun actually. I was kind of confused. It was kind of confusing with all the game area stuff. I assume the game area stuff is from like when you're playing with other people. Because I was like, well, I am the game area. This is my game area. Do I need to get another table? I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty much I was pretty much screwed. If I didn't have that turn where I had all 3 of these hard to ignores on the table, when I took that 1 defense, because the last time he attacked me, I defended, and then I exhaust this and increased my defense by 3. So I removed a counter. I was at 9, and then that was a perfect defense. And then I was able to trigger all 3 of these, remove 3 threat off the main. I was stuck at 1 health. My minion was on the table, was in the game for pretty much the whole game. So I was just getting chipped away with the indirect damage. Luckily, I thought I was going to get another indirect damage when I was an alter ego. I would have been game over. There's so many ways I was about to lose. So it's pretty much after you beat him on his first stage. You want to beat his first stage right away because there was a consequence that I noticed that um, yeah, right here. So I noticed there was a consequence on here, like after you beat the first stage, if there would have been any side schemes in play. So you want to beat him quick before a side scheme comes in because when that happens, you have to put an acceleration token on this. Because the acceleration tokens just build up, and then when you get to stage 3 or 4 or whatever, that's on the main scheme. No, that is fun. I remember I actually did do this with Daring Lime. It was my first time, like when I didn't really know understand what's going because it's kind of hard to like see everything when you're doing it when you're but when you're playing it yourself and you get a chance to actually read the cards yourself while you're doing it. But I get it now. It's pretty cool. I may cheat it a couple times because there was a couple times I forgot about his force interrupts like towards the end. But I mean, come on, can we really say that everyone plays a clean game of Marvel Champions? Nope. I would definitely like to replay this one again. Actually, I might heck like my next stream. I'll probably just play it. I'll play King again. But I'm gonna do a. I'm gonna. I want now that I've played his actual precon and I pretty much kind of figured out his precon play pretty natural to me because I like to defend. So I'll just I won't build a protection deck on my next play. I'll do a different aspect first and then because aspects, yeah. I gotta fix my camera. I did some moving around earlier today on my table, and I did something on my settings, and I feel like I zoomed in too much because now I feel like I don't have a lot of play area because I have like all this space up here. So I felt like I just don't like zooming out too much because I want to have the cards be clear. But I mean, I don't know. This table doesn't look too bad. There's not enough space for anything anymore. So I think I have the discard pile here. My deck was here. Yeah, I can't even. I just start playing him over here. Maybe that would be better. It just feels so not natural though. I feel like I'm reaching for everything. I don't know. He's got a lot of cards. He had a lot of stupid he had a lot of stupid obligations that pissed me off a little bit. This one right here. I was like, this one made me mad because I literally I'm sitting at like 1 health. Well, no, I think it was like at 3 health, and I can't like phonics was like on the table for the longest time, and I've been stunned the whole time too. So it's like I really like to like exhaust that and kill him so I can stop taking indirect damage. And as soon as I got this card, I was like, oh, I guess I won't be readying up. At least I remember, or at least I remember my minion's force response. After he activates, direct damage, 2 damage. The fan flame sucks. I was scared of that one. Because if you have Blazing Inferno and him in play, you're taking 4 indirect damage. Who wants to do that? So does my obligation like not come into the game because they wanted it put aside? I'm assuming there's probably a scenario where that would. I'm assuming it's one of these different Kane cards, right? Or it's one of these kings. So I just don't play with my obligation in the king deck. I didn't cheat. Oh, okay. So my actual obligation just doesn't go in the game when playing king because there's so many obligations. Couldn't find my dice. I wanted to. We got like coordinate whenever you get that. You know, what time you want to play, we should play a game. I've been forcing myself to stream at 11 lately 11:30 at night. So, um, and I usually when I do stream around this time, so it's like what 5:43 your time right now. I usually stop around like 6:30 your time, depending on what time I'm working the next day. So, so one, two, three. Where's the other Iron Lad? I was fighting Iron Lad today. He was annoying. I hate cards that have retaliate. I don't want to deal with it. All right, so that's temporal. Oh, there's a. I thought I was gonna. I thought, and I was also close to having. I was also close to having Pursuit of the Past activate again on me. But luckily, when it pushed to the next thing, and it said that reveal my nemesis. My nemesis was already in play, so that also worked out for me too. Or even when you started for this, yeah, I started at 11:30 my time, so we're like what? Trying to figure out what that would have been. So that's like what almost 2 hours ago. So that would have been like three something ish, yeah, around there. At least the oh, there's a dinosaur I could have fought. I feel like I should be mixing temporal with Dark Beast's because he's got the and put Sauron in there. Get it super dinosaur-y. We'll call it Jurassic Park. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Hmm. Where the hell is it? He's got other modulars though, right? Those are other so I could like replace the temporal and put the other ones in. Ugh. Where the heck is it? I think I found it. Temporal. There it is. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? That's a lot of King's Dominion. He gets that many. He gets 4 of those. I was only supposed to put 1 copy in there, right? Pretty sure it's just 1 copy. Wait a second. Oh, because I only get only 1 because I played by myself. I didn't cheat. It's Rampage. There's 1 more temporal card I can't find. Found it. Cool. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's not it. I am Groot. Maybe I'll do aggression first with him. Get it out of the way. I don't know. I don't think I'm too fond with aggression. I made a Star Lord deck when I was doing it last week, and I didn't really wasn't feeling it. I think the only aggression deck I actually enjoyed make that I made was for Shadowcat, but I like her better in protection. So annoying too, because playing this scenario made me think of Loki, and then when they were introducing Kang, or when we got Kang also in the Ant-Man movie, because that actor, I think his name is Jonathan Powers. He was really good as as Kang, and man, how unfortunate because of behaviors. Because man, I was really looking forward to that one, but we're getting Doom, so we're getting Doom. I actually watched the old school, the original, well, not old school, but the 2005 Fantastic Four. The dude who played that Doctor Doom, he wasn't bad. I wish they just you know, it'd be kind of cool if they actually pulled him in as a variant. Man, 43 cards. That's a lot of cards. That's not even including your like that's thick. It's like I got my Kang cards right here. His own little section. Yep, I'm gonna be signing off too. Appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for the suggestion on Kang the Conqueror. He looks like he's been conquered. Because I am Groot. 'em. Standard 3 is over here. or it's not. There it is. And let's just slide him in here. Ugh, find that home later. No wazaz? No wazas? Huh? I'm not catching it. I tell you, I love these. I love these stands. Buy the same token. Great investment. All right. No wazaz? No wazaz. I don't know. I need help. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't think. My brain, my thinking power is gone now. I had put all my thinking in how to survive Kang. All right. But on that note, that was exploring the Marvel Sparkle Circle with Groot. We got to take a look at his kit, and we got to try out his precon deck for the first time, and we did a first time solo gameplay with King the Conqueror with the temporal mod. And I like to say thank Ray Plays Games for stopping in to chat it up with me and give me that suggestion on the scenario. Other than that, I do appreciate anyone that finds this video or puts the time in to check it out. If you do like it, I would really appreciate a like. You can also subscribe to my YouTube, which these videos do go over to my YouTube also. That'd be at my name Jeff 87. And other than that, hope everyone has a great morning, afternoon, or evening. Stay healthy. Stay warm if you're in the cold climates. I'm in the heart of Buffalo, so it's freezing. Other than that, it's accelerating time. Have a good night, and I will see you on the next one.